Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are Guild House of the Multiverse, and tonight we are going to be playing some Extinction Curse. Let me go ahead and introduce the party here. I'm gonna go around. They're gonna introduce themselves, and they're also gonna answer a question relating to a pertinent topic to the time at which we are having currently. It is currently the Halloween spooky season, and there are many movies that one might associate with this time. Perhaps the movie named Halloween, from which the holiday got its name, um, or Friday the 13th, any number of horror movies. But for me, there's two. There's really three. Two main ones are Hocus Pocus and, of course, A Nightmare Before Christmas. My question to you guys is going to be, so obviously it's both, but do you feel like Nightmare Before Christmas is more of a Christmas movie or more of a Halloween movie? And Mallisk,
Oh wait, I can hear
Christmas.
Finn,
Yeah, more of a Christmas movie.
Wigglewort,
I'm gonna say it's more of a Halloween movie.
Mazula,
Christmas.
as for me, Sage, I am your GM tonight in this game. I feel like it's definitely. I thought I would be in the minority by saying I thought it was more of a Christmas movie. To be honest with you, because outwardly it is very much. It is very much. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Blue is our Fetchling Bard Mazula. Stormy is our gnomish lawyer Wigglewort, and LoreDad is our skeleton gunslinger Finn. Tonight we are going to be playing the Extinction Curse, a Pathfinder second edition adventure path. So I hope everyone is ready. But the reason I think it's more of a Christmas movie is because it definitely fits the theme more of a Christmas movie. Like the character becomes envious or curious about Christmas, ruins Christmas, and then saves Christmas. But it definitely has a more of a Halloween vibe. It's a Christmas movie in a Halloween coat. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Also, if anyone is interested in helping out the players and the channel at the same time, bits can be used to give the players certain bonuses. And I will go ahead and so they can, if you spend a certain amount of bits, you can give them a +1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 bonus on their roll for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. That is a pretty big boost with the way that the critical system works.
Love that.
You don't have to. If you do, we would appreciate it, and it would really help out the channel and everything that we're trying to build here. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I have a quick opening scene, and we're going to start off a little Sirenscape. Aberton, a mid-sized town on the eastern shore of the Isle of Arran, nation of Absalom. Overshadowed by the larger Escador on the western side of the island, which houses the vast majority of Absalom's naval forces. Although Aberton technically is under the flag of Absalom, the farmers, ranchers, and crafters of the town value their independence from it. The last few years, however, have not been kind to Aberton. Aberton's farms and ranches have been producing less, the sheriff disappeared, and many prominent citizens have left for greener pastures elsewhere. Quotes. Air quotes. A general sense of malaise has settled upon the town. Gloom seems to hang in the air. A crowd of sallow-faced citizens has gathered just outside of the town on this late summer afternoon. The object of their attention is a large, red and white striped circus tent. A banner hanging above the entrance proclaims this to be the Circus of Wayward Wonder. A barker stands between the crowd and the entrance, a horn held in its face. Ladies and gentlemen, and every glorious stripe on the rainbow between and besides, the Circus of Wayward Wonders is so excited to welcome you to our humble performance. There has, however, been a slight change in today's lineup. If you will turn your attention to the south, the sideshow of everyday marvels would love to regale you with their tales of delightful mundanity. Someone in the crowd yells out, Mayor Abba and that weird guy with the hat and mustache promised us a show, not story hour. I assure you, Myron, our ringleader, is excited to amaze and awe you with our troops' best and brightest. We are, however, having some technical difficulties. But you have my most sincere promise that everything is fine and we are expecting no further issues. Smash cut to the center ring. A gnome, a skeleton, and a pale-skinned human-looking woman and an elf are gathered in the center ring. They all have a look on their face which indicates that everything is very much not fine, and they are very likely to be going to be further issues. The object of their worry is the well-dressed corpse of the Master of Ceremonies, Myron. Pull you guys over here. The big top. Welcome to the big top. Let's go. Come on, everyone. Cameraman, zoom the cameraman in a little bit so that we can get action here. So you guys are all standing in the center ring. Hello? Everyone still here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
We
The
are
Sirenscape stopped for a minute, so I wasn't sure if my headphones. What? Anyways, you guys are all standing in the center ring, surrounding the corpse of Myron, the Master of Ceremony. His body looks fairly fresh from what you can see, but also because you all saw him about 5 minutes prior to this. 5 to 10 minutes prior to this. Just before every show, he likes to go out and walk the circus tent alone to sort of get his bearings and get himself sort of hyped up for the show. You guys, he was running a little late and he didn't come in to do his pre-show warm-up with you guys, and you guys went out to check on him and found his corpse in the center ring. This. Who goes first? Also, just a note, these squares are 20 square feet.
Okay.
Well, this is quite the kerfluffle.
That happened.
This won't at all.
Turn Sirenscape down just a little bit. Hold on. Being a little glitchy at the moment. Put that in the background. Okay, sorry. The Wigglewort says that this is quite the kerfuffle. How does everyone else react to finding the corpse of this man who was your leader previous?
I look around and like, didn't we just see him right before the show started?
Yes, we did.
We will most certainly be implicated in this.
Implicated? We all but look like we've done it.
I mean, well, there are other members of the circus that you guys were backstage with. You guys were just the ones that were sort of volunteered to go check on him and see if he was okay. You guys
Oh, okay.
literally just found him.
This doesn't look good.
Just about everyone else saw him about the same time. You've been with them since then. It's very unlikely that anyone would think that you did that.
That happened.
Who's got an investigation check?
Anybody want to roll anything? Use your fancy new character sheets.
Yes, Stormy is looking through his right now.
Tell me what you got, and I'll tell you if you can use it.
I would like to go up and investigate the body.
Okay, so skills in this game are a bit more fluid than in 5e. You can either use a medicine to try to investigate the body, nature, although I see you aren't trained in either of those. Perception, a basic perception check would be helpful too.
I'll do a medicine check. I got a +4.
Yeah, give me a medicine check, baby.
Do you want that blind roll?
Yes, please. Blind roll. For those who don't know, whenever you click a skill to roll it, if you go down to roll mode and hit blind GM roll whenever I tell you to make a secret roll, that is a roll that only I will be able to see the result of. So only I will be able to tell you if it's successful. One moment. Oh, survival could also be useful here. Anybody has a good survival.
+2, but it's untrained.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't specify that you have to be trained, so if
I'm
He's
+4
looking-
in
He's
cultism.
looking kind of blue. I think he needs more berries in his diet.
you actually notice that his skin is a slight tinge of green, and I can tell you that his you can sort of like poke around like the hem of his coat and his jacket, and you see that he looks a little swollen, like it looks a little too big to fit into his clothes, like he sort of ballooned up. His face is kind of purple.
Maybe he had too many berries.
Your medicine check, you feel like he died pretty quickly, and pretty suddenly. But you don't discern a cause at the moment. Anybody else want to try a check? Give everybody a check if they'd like to try a check. You can do a perception for the greater area or an investigation. It was either survival.
Blind GM
Deception.
Yeah, blind GM roll, perception roll.
Oh yeah. Is anybody trained in deception? Maybe there's something deceptive here.
Deception. +7 in that bad boy.
I don't know that that's quite how deception could be used, but
Got occultism. Is there any symbols around the body?
I can give you that one for free. No, there's no real symbols, and you guys don't really. You guys feel if you had more time, you might be able to sort of investigate it. But this is just sort of what you guys are seeing at a glance, because this pretty much a couple of moments after you guys discover it, another figure comes out of the thing, the backstage area. I can get him. This man is the professor, and he hurries up to you. Yes. Hello. Oh yes. So I've got the barkers distracting the crowd. We're gonna get somebody to get the body out of here. We've got to go on. They're gonna be able to buy us an hour. But we got to put the show on. We got a crowd of angry people out there. We'll look into the death afterwards. But for now, we need to get ready. But there's other problems backstage that you guys are going to need to see. Well, truly regrettable. But unfortunately, if we wish to survive and to see next week, then we're going to have to put on the show tonight and make it a good show. So, as they say, the show must go on. And this is
Jack.
As you say, Professor.
So this is the professor. What I can tell you about him is that he's been with the circus. He's been in the circus industry his whole life. He's one of the older people at the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Mazula knows him pretty well. She basically sort of helped raise her. He's fairly well known to be like an honorable man. He used to be a fire eater, but he's retired since then. Let me show you guys. This is him. He's just sort of known as a nice old man, and he's sort of second in command here at the church or at the circus. But with everything gone to shit, he's just sort of in action mode. So that's what I can give you for free. But you're more than welcome to do a insight check if you would. That would be just a oh goodness.
Perception, wouldn't it?
What?
Perception?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, with that, Finn, you sort of look him up and down. Just like I said, he's in action mode. He's sad about the death of his friend, but he knows that the good of the circus and Myron would want to keep the circus going and make sure that everyone can survive, because you guys basically arrived here broke. And Myron brokered a deal with the local mayor to put on a show, and the mayor would pay to put them up and basically buy out the church or buy out the circus with the help of the local church, to help out the depressed citizens of the town. So he's like, yes, I will take care of the body. If you guys want to go look into what's happening backstage. So backstage, I'll just go ahead and reveal all their tokens now. Are the rest of the Circus of Wayward Wonders. These tokens are for several different characters. Some of them are for several different characters. It's just sort of which act is having an issue at the moment. From left to right, we have Axel. He's you guys know he is the newest member of the team. He basically just joined up a few weeks ago. And has not put on any sort of a performance yet. Anytime anybody's asked to see his performance, he's basically said, "Oh, it's not ready yet. I need more time." Petra here is the. Let me zoom out on the. Here we go. Not see the whole map. There we go. Betra is a member of the Dwarven Throwers, basically Dwarven triplets who are sort of cannonball people. They shoot themselves at the cannons. Ida is the Flamboni sisters. They are fire jugglers / illusionists. Mordain is an escape artist / magician. And Eliza is a snake charmer. Professor tells you each of them are having a unique issue. I need you guys to look into it and see if you can get it taken care of before we can go curtains up. Okay? Do this. We got this team.
We've got this.
All right, so
I think we can do this.
who wants to talk to who and who wants to go first?
Guess I will talk to Axel.
Okay. So I'll put Finn with Axel. Mazula.
Throw me at a random one because I didn't hear everybody that was
Okay.
option.
I will send you to talk to Eliza.
Eliza, okay.
Eliza. Don't forget to and breathe. Hold on. Something. I fixed it. Okay. Mallisk.
I'm going to talk to Betra.
Okay, you're gonna go talk to the Dwarven Throwers. All right, and Wigglewort. You got Ada. You got the Flamboni sisters with Ada or Mordain over here.
Two sisters.
Let's go with Mordain.
Okay, so I want everyone to give me just a d20 roll, and we'll see who goes first here. We'll start off with Mallisk. So Mallisk, you go behind stage and you see the three dwarves there. Their names are Road, Betra, and Shorth. Betra is a girl, the other two are boys, but with their beards, it can be hard to tell them apart anyways. Right
I
now,
couldn't definitely.
they are standing over by where you guys store the safety nets. And they're just sort of, no, you should tell them. No, you should tell them. No, I don't want to tell them. I told them last time something. And they're just sort of arguing amongst themselves.
Hello, friends. What seems to be the problem?
Elf Malik, welcome. So look at nets. They have holes.
Oh no! When did that happen?
Give me a quick perception check. Keep it secret. Walking up. Okay. So yeah, you do see that there are some holes. You get a little bit closer and you look at them. And Betra says, "Well, they were fine last night. They were fine last night when we were storing them for quick access this morning. And then as we were getting ready today, and he went into what accent? When Myron went to inspect the circus grounds, we were inspecting the nets and all these holes, and you look down and you see that they basically look like they've been sort of frayed by tiny little razors, and it almost looks like they've been chewed by rats, like a lot of rats. Like it take a lot of rats to do that in the time since somebody has last seen it.
I suspect sabotage.
Petra goes, I don't know if we can perform today. With the nets like this, it's not good for us.
Do we have any backups?
So you guys are already stretching it thin with what you guys have. So the way a circus performance works is there are 7 tricks in every show, broken up across 4 acts. So right now you guys have altogether you have 9 people. Wigglewort though has stated that he's not much of a performer. He will perform if he needs to. So you guys could lose 1 or 2 people, or 1 person. 2 if Wigglewort is willing to step in. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 performers. So you guys say if you lose them, then you're going to need all your other performers plus the 3 main performers from the party. If you lose another one, then Wigglewort's going to have to come in.
can we combine any performances to make a unique performance? So maybe it fills slot.
So that's not really, that wouldn't really like, you can only do one trick per show according to the rules.
Oh,
that
okay, okay.
you can we'll get to get to a rundown of how tricks work, how each turn will work during the show once we get to, so if you want to say that, yeah, the dwarven throwers can throw it tonight, then that's fine, but you're going to need all the rest of the to be able to perform. Do you want to how do you want to handle this?
I think we're gonna have to let them sit this one out, and I will have to figure out some trick to do without the safety nets.
Oh, that's right. You're acting safety nets too.
Oh no.
But if I have rope, I will be fine.
Like you
'Cause
think,
I have a.
Nope.
Huh?
like it's not guaranteed that they're going to break. They don't look like they would. You know, there's a 100% chance. Looks like they would have a higher percent chance of failing. Yeah, it looks like it's still usable, but you're sketchy about falling on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. We shouldn't really.
Depend on that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So then we'll go to Finn. Finn, you walk up. Axel, he's a fairly young man. You believe him to be somewhere 17, 18, somewhere like that. He's got a bird perched on his shoulder, and he's just sort of pacing back and forth to himself. He's biting his nails. He's like, "It'll be fine. You know, we're gonna we can do this. We can do this. We can, nothing to worry about." How do you walk up to him?
Hey, asshole, what the fuck's your problem?
Oh God! They sent the skeleton. Yes, hello. Finn, was
You
it?
got a problem with
Yes.
skeletons?
No, sir. I
Yes.
don't have a problem with skeletons, especially ones carrying such beautiful pieces as yours. Just it's
Damn right.
it's my first show. We're a little nervous. When he says we, he gestures up to the bird on his shoulder, which you understand to be like his main birds. You know, he does a lot of work with birds. He's like, I'm just a little nervous, and you haven't been doing this very long either, have you? From what I understand.
No, about 4 months, but get your shit together, man. We got a show to go.
Okay. Give me either you can. I would feel like you can either do a persuasion, diplomacy, sorry, or intimidation.
Intimidation for sure.
Okay. I will warn you that the check is going to be a little bit higher for intimidation, but go ahead and give it to me. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, shit.
I will say it's so not good that that you don't want to use that silver. But if you want to use your hero point, you could, or if you want to save that.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's use it.
Okay, give me the intimidation again.
Oh, wrong one. What the hell? Click. Intimidation again?
Yeah.
Right. Better roll.
Okay, so yeah, you sort of like you pull the cigar out of your mouth and you're like, you better get your shit together, kid, because we ain't got time for this. That whole speech you give him, and he's like, yes, I understand. There's been a tragedy. Yes, I will step up. Axel will step up. Thank you, sir. And we will go ahead and move on to the next contestant. Wigglewort, Blue, Mazula, give me a D20 roll. Who goes next?
Here. Right?
Hey, while they're rolling, I'm gonna duck out and grab his
Yeah.
arms real quick.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's hot.
Yep. So we'll go with Mazula. Mazula, you walk up to Eliza. You understand her to be somewhere in the 23, 25 range. She's pretty girl, but she's also you can tell she's lived a life of like work. She's got scabby knees
Some
and
rough hands.
rough hands. She also has a 12-foot boa constrictor wrapped around her.
That's heavy.
I forgot to show Axel, but I'll show Eliza now.
She is gorgeous.
Yes, I like her art. She's probably my favorite one out of the 3 of them.
I love it.
Or out of the 5 of them.
Brittany who?
But yes, she's got a huge snake wrapped around her. You understand the snake's name to be Mr. Tickles. Her act is a lot of snake charming. She just has a real good rapport with snakes. Mr. Tickles being sort of her prime one, but she does use others in her act as well. And she's sort of like, as she's walking, she's like, "Oh, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out." She's sort of stroking the snake. Give me a perception check, and nobody make a joke out of the phrase "stroking the snake."
Yeah. Perception.
You
Yes.
would never.
Yeah.
Okay, 16. So as you know, you notice the Mr. Tickles who you've observed in the past to be fairly lively for a large boa constrictor. He seems kind of droopy, sort of like lazily wrapped around her. Normally he's pretty up and alert, but you notice his eyes seem a little glazed over.
Is there something wrong? Is there something wrong with Mr. Tickles?
Yeah, he just was, he's not really lively today. Pale. He didn't want to eat this morning. He loves to eat before a big show.
Oh, I believe it.
I was looking over him. Do you know anything about animal husbandry or anything like that? You can either do a nature or a medicine. Give that to me. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even get to see it. Oh,
No,
that's cruel.
Yeah, it is.
So it.
I do have a +5. I don't know if it gave it to me or not.
You feel like maybe the snake just needs to stop partying all night?
Oh God, I didn't roll well at all. I think he just needs to sleep it off. It should be fine. He'll be fine. He's just tired.
You think we'll be fine? You think he'll pull through? Yes, you do think that.
I do think that.
For those listening at home,
I think he'll be fine.
Blue rolled a nat 1.
Oh my lord,
Our
Lanta.
first nat 1 of the show.
I also got the first freaking 20.
Although I guess technically Finn did roll a nat 1 on that straight d20 roll, but that doesn't count because it was just for flavor. So we're gonna zoom over as Wigglewort walks up to Mordine.
That snake's not okay.
Go the players Mordine. Mordine the magician.
She's gorgeous too.
She knows it from what you understand. She's the resident prima donna, if you will. She's a perfectionist in her performance and damn near demands it out of just about everyone else as well. And as she just is fuming as you walk up to her, Wigglewort. You can obviously see that she is not happy.
Come, we must speak.
Oh, it's you, Wigglewort, the lawyer. Yes, exactly. That's exactly who I need. A lawyer. They will not get this over on me. Not this time, Wigglewort.
Speak to me, Madame Mordain.
I was talking with Myron. I was supposed to get the big show tonight. I was supposed to be the main performance tonight, but obviously, with him gone, the performance sheet is null and void. And with the professor doing the performance order now, he's for sure going to put his pale-faced little princess first.
I knew it.
Do you have any sort of documentation?
No, I don't have documentation. You know how you of all people know how bad Myron was about his handshake contracts.
Yes. I've had many conversations with him about it.
And now he's dead, and of course bad things always happen to me.
Yes, well, bad things always happen to such good people.
I demand the big spot tonight, Wigglewort. You tell him. You go to the professor and you tell him I am getting the big show tonight.
All right, let me go speak with the professor and see what sort of arrangement we can come up with.
Okay, you want to go speak to the professor?
Yep.
Okay, you walk up to the professor. He's talking with a group of clowns. He's like, "Yes, just sort of when as they come in, just greet them and do some of your juggling acts." And the clowns, one of the clowns looks at him and goes, "Death has come to your little town, sheriff." Yes, you're appropriately creepy. Now just run along. And the clowns all cartwheel away as you walk up.
I feel we have a interesting dilemma that we must speak of.
Oh, what can you speak to me, young man?
Well, Madame Mordain has told me of an arrangement that was made where she was supposed to have headlined this evening. However, we did not quite get the documentation in time before his passing. She fears that you would try to subvert that from her.
Well, I had no idea. She never spoke to me about such. I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest with you.
Oh, it was another one of those handshake deals. You know how he was.
Oh yes, Myron loved his handshake deals, and he sort of waves in the direction of the clowns. That's how we got those things.
Yeah, I remember. That was one of the many discussions I had with him about it.
She wants the big show. Well, to tell you the truth, her attitude is just not super great. I'm not certain if I wish to reward such attitude.
Ah, good man. We're not here to reward our performers. We're here to put on a show.
Correct. Give me a diplomacy roll there.
Diplomacy.
And give me that secret. He sort of thinks about what you're saying, and he's, you are correct. I do apologize, Master Dickertalk. You can go to Mordain and tell her that if she so would have it, then he may have the headlining slot tonight.
Excellent. I will draw up some paperwork and get it made official before all the rest of this evening comes raining down on our heads.
Listen, there's likely no time for that. In fact, I'm going to be leaving the assignments of the show to you tonight. I've got unfortunately need to keep the clowns wrangled in, of course, and take care of things backstage. So you guys can handle that. I'll handle the backstage and make sure nothing goes wrong there. But you guys are going to be in control, assigning the order tonight.
Well, that is most excellently horrible news.
Yes. Anyways, I see one of the clowns eyeballing a small child outside. I must attend to this. And he rushes off.
Yes. Okay. I go back over to Mordain.
Well,
you have your wish.
It
is all settled. You are headlining this evening.
And she gives that of course I fucking am look. The one that says. Just like she never had any doubt that she was going to get her way.
Of course I am.
We will be addressing paperwork in the future. We'll make sure these types of incidents don't happen as often. We'll try to stamp them out eventually.
Well, see that you do. Thank you. You are dismissed.
As you wish, madam. I give a loud bow, and I back away.
Bow.
It's a
So
good
yeah.
Asian food.
So yeah, that sort of brings the crux to the close. We're going to call that, a little while. Probably those whole groups of exchanges probably took about from 20 to 30 minutes, just to sort of get everything settled. So now you guys get together, and you get to discuss the order for tonight. So there are 4 acts to each show. The opener, the build-up, the big number, and the finale. The opening act is just one performance, and it's generally just to get the crowd warmed up. The build-up is going to be 2 tricks, one performed right after the other. And the big number is going to be the headlining event where you promise to put Mordain, and the finale is going to be 3 tricks. So you guys need to decide who is going where and what order you guys want to go, and give you a little bit to decide. If you have any questions, feel free.
We should probably put Axel first. He's about useless anyway.
Yes, Axel is unproven, but that may also lower. If the first one is bad, then it could lead to a lower excitement. But of course, that's a trick. Letting you know how your options will play out as you present.
That's right. We're going to start off with a bang.
Yeah.
Maybe literally?
A bang?
We have
Perfect
a
for some
gunslinger.
guns.
Oh,
That's what I was
you
thinking.
want to put on a gun show first?
I guess I could do that. The
Okay.
fuck?
Go ahead. I got a little sheet here. If it'll.
So we've got the opener. We've got the main. We need the back-to-back. And then there was an ending one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ending one is 3. So I'll go over it again. Give me just 1 second.
Do clowns with something else going back-to-back.
So clowns aren't really typically used as a trick. They're used in between tricks, or if you're if you
filler.
bomb, then you can choose to send in the clowns as an action, which will basically give you a little bonus, but cost you something. All those demented creatures in it.
Oh my goodness. Playing with killer clowns from outer space.
So got Finn in the first act. Each act is going. Yeah, each trick is 3 actions. You can use your performer trick as one of the actions, and then you can determine. You can either choose to roll like an unrelated skill to sort of build up a little bit, either before or after that, or you can do like a co-star option to sort of lead into the next performance if you're sharing that performance slot. So the next act is going to be the build up, 2 tricks, one right after the other.
Okay.
Would you say Ida, is he a juggler?
Yes, they are jugglers. They juggle fire. They sort of do a lot of work with fire.
I don't know, that snake lady. That snake looks pretty tired, guys. He's been partying all too much.
You think she should go second act?
Yes, my character sure thinks she should.
So do you want her in the first action of the build up or the second action of the build up?
Put her in the first one.
First one, okay. Eliza, and then let's see. What about the second act of the build up? Second trick for the.
I can do the
Well-
ending.
You want to do the second one?
Sure.
Okay. And
Come
then
in with the snake lady.
the big number was promised to Mordain, unless anybody wants to argue with Wigglewort about that.
Give the princess her due.
That bitch the choke.
With any luck, she'll drown.
Are we near water?
Okay, and so then we have the finale. We need 3 tricks.
Mallisk will take the first of the 3.
First of the Mallisk with those high fly-in adventures.
Yep, with his ropes.
Okay, and then the next one got Axel, and we've got Ida and Wigglewort if need be.
No.
If you want the audience to go to sleep.
Give him some legal advice.
Go with Axel next. Okay, we were me first, then Mazula, and then
It'll be so far the order is Finn, the Gunslinger, Eliza the Snake Charmer, Mazula the Shadow Dancer, Mordain, the illusionist / escape artist, Mallisk, the acrobat, aerial acrobat. Got two
Yeah,
more.
put Axel after me, and then Ida, the juggler at the end.
So, sort of in game turns, like or in the way things actually will work in the fiction, the tricks sort of take place around the same time or pop back and forward, kinda. But for the way we're doing it, we're just gonna kind of do it like an initiative order where each action will go, and then to do all your actions. So then we got the Flamboni sisters as the third act. And theirs involves fire. Special bonuses. So
Just don't burn my roots.
That'd be cool.
So you guys have got,
I want to kind of leave them on like, yeah.
with all that settled, you've got about 20 minutes, which is enough sort of exploration time to do sort of 2 actions each. Two sort of broader actions. To either prepare, or maybe you can sort of look into what's going on and sort of try to see solve any issues that any of the other players weren't able to. So we're just gonna go around. We'll start with Finn here. Finn, what's your first sort of broad action?
Well, let's go figure out what's going on with the juggler.
Juggler? Okay. You want to walk up to the juggler? Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I guess these characters didn't actually have an issue prior to the show, according to the book. I thought they did. My bad.
Oh. Well, then never mind that then.
Okay, so what else do you want to do?
Nothing wrong with extra material.
Okay. Trained in alchemy, or I have the alchemy crafting feat. Is there a way I can use that to like maybe try and figure out what's the iron poisoned or?
Give me tell you what, go ahead and let's. It's going to be a rather high check for this because it's not quite what it's meant to do, but we're having fun tonight. Go ahead and give me a crafting roll. Give me a secret crafting roll. So you sort of go over to where you guys are keeping him backstage, and you sort of look it over, and you don't see any. You sort of check the lips. You don't see any real like alchemical, nothing that you're familiar with, anyways. Like you feel like your skill isn't going to be with that. So with that as your first sort of action prior to the show, we're going to go over to Mallisk.
Let's see. With my rope lore, can I check the ropes just to make sure they're okay, since I was worried about the nets being sabotaged?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a rope lore. Give me that secret rope lore. Everyone at home, he is a rope daddy with a natural 20 on that.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure my ropes are sturdy.
So what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to lower the DC for a successful. Like if you fail, I will lower the DC. I'll make the ropes a little safer. You sort of look it over, and real quick you figure out a couple of spots that could be tied together or tied over to sort of save some of it. At least in the small amount of time you have.
Awesome.
The
show must go on.
Yes, the show must go on. That is the title of this first chapter of this. Actually, no, that's the title of the first book. Okay, and then we're going to move on to Wigglewort.
Wiggle.
Well, I guess I just kind of wander around checking on everybody.
You want to give me a sort of a general perception check then? See if you can spot any other issues. So in the time you have, and you sort of got a bit, as usual, you have like a billion things going through your mind at once that you're keeping track of. So you don't really see anything else that sort of jumps out to you as immediately relevant, something that needs to be taken care of quick, fast, and in a hurry. So we'll go to Mazula. What's your first sort of pre-show action here?
I was planning on already talking to the snake lady again, being like, "Hey, what do you think we could do? Because I'm gonna be right after you. So how do you think we can mesh that together to make it look real cool or something?" I was thinking maybe to make
Okay.
some dancing snakes
So
in my shadow work kind of shit.
pull up
I
your
kind of wanted to do another, perception check thing with her.
So for that, for what you described to me, feels more like either diplomacy or yeah, probably give me a diplomacy roll, secret diplomacy roll. You guys sort of work on your section of the show together.
Can't fail this one. Well, at least not
Okay.
one.
Tell you what, I will give you if you choose to use the co-star action on your turn after your trick, I will give you a little bonus to that. Remind me. Because you guys sort of get together and you figure out how you can like sort of lead a snake shadow into an actual real shadow coming out from behind the screen, or a real snake coming out from behind the screen, something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
Um,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, and then we're gonna go back to Finn, your second pre-show action. Everyone's getting to their places. You're sort of getting ready because you're going on first. Anything that you want to make sure and take care of prior to the show?
Make sure the gun's loaded.
Okay, I feel like that's a given.
I can't really think of anything I
Okay,
need to do.
that's fine. You can just sort of say you're sort of preparing yourself. This is your first big show too. You may have done a few tricks on roadside and stuff like that to earn a little bit of gold as you went along. But this is the first real big full tent show that you've been a part of. So you're
Right.
just sort of stealing yourself a little bit. Mallisk, want to check on before the big show? You just massively finished tying up some of these knots in this rope.
I want to look around the other pieces or the other bits of equipment backstage just to make sure nothing else was tampered with.
All right, give me a perception check then.
Else. There it is.
Okay, so you actually decide to do a quick walk around like the outside of the ring, and as you're doing so, you don't really notice any problems. But what you do see is in the dust, sort of around the ring, see these small like tracks, serpentine-esque tracks, that seem to be going around the ring a little bit. So the first clue you found, you didn't really have a good chance to check the surrounding area, but you look down and there are some what appear to be snake tracks. Small snakes, definitely not anywhere near as big as
Mr. Tickles.
Mr. Tickles.
Interesting. All right, I guess I will report that to the professor.
No, you stay back. Don't. I see what you're loading that seltzer water bottle with. You better not. Not tonight. Not this time. Oh yes, Mallisk. Hello.
Hi, Professor. There seems to be some tracks of small snakes around the campgrounds.
Oh, snakes, you say? Did you speak with Eliza about that? She may have had another breakout.
Well,
that Mr. Tickles is her main snake, but she also keeps several other smaller types.
okay. No, I haven't, but I definitely will.
Okay, bye. No,
Bye.
no, spit that out. Don't eat that. We need that. Wanders off again.
Well, if I still have enough time, I guess I'll go tell Eliza.
You hear one of the clowns mutter as you walk away. There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water?
My goodness.
So yeah, you go talk to Eliza.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk up and her and Mazula are working over their act.
Sorry to disturb you both, but Eliza, are you missing any snakes? I found some around the tent, on the outskirts.
I just checked them about a little bit ago, just before I saw Myron. They were all there. Just before Myron found Myron's body. I was getting ready, and I came over here. I just finished, making sure that they were all fed and ready to go for the next little bit.
Interesting. Well, there may be more outside, so just keep a lookout.
Oh, I tell you what, Mazula, you want to come check out these tracks with me?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So you guys go and check the tracks. We'll just go ahead and we're going to skip over Wigglewort and go straight to you, sort of to preserve the flow. You can come too, Mallisk. Come on.
Sure, sounds great.
So yeah, she goes over. I want you to give me, what do you got here? You got shit for survival, do you?
Oh.
Or nature.
No, I'm great in acrobatics though.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Then just give me an untrained. You can do this untrained survival check to sort of assist her. It's enough that Malice sort of points out the tracks to you, and you can sort of help Eliza with her roll. Gotta beat a 12. No dice, but I will go ahead and roll hers anyways. Oh goodness!
Shit.
Yes, these are definitely not my snakes. I'm not entirely sure what breed of snakes they are. Could be just about anything, but it's definitely ones that are more of strikers than most of the ones I keep. Mine are mostly constrictors. These were built for quick get in, hit, and get out.
That's
Is it possible that that's what happened with Myron?
They were venomous, then yeah. I can't confirm that with just the tracks, but I will look around and see if I can find anything. Unfortunately, the tracks are too obscured for me to figure out exactly which one in. I will look around.
This is good around the ring. This is
Yeah,
right where the crowd is.
Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys back out as Wigglewort does his last action before show.
Well, what's a lawyer to do? I continue to walk around and make sure that nothing is amiss backstage.
Okay. Give me another perception check. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't find much more than you did last time.
I really wasn't expecting to.
But yeah. So, let's see here. What time is it?
10:05.
10:05. Before we get into the show, we're gonna go ahead and do our intermission a little early. So if you guys want to shout out, whoever you want to shout out, Blue, I gotta run to the restroom. We're gonna take a quick 10-minute intermission, folks. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and I hope you guys stick around.
All right.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Today we shall regale you with feats that are only just inside the realm of possibility. First up we have Finn, the skeletal gunslinger. Watch as he regales us with his gunslinging arts.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a success. Like I said, the crowd perks up a little bit at that. They're like, "Oh, gunslinger." Two things we don't see of much out here. So Finn, how do you describe your entrance?
Well, I walk out in a big blazy smoke and
A cloud of smoke comes out from the back.
and just before I enter the ring, I stop. I light up a cigar, take a big drag.
How does he do that with no lungs?
Hey, you got a little pecker out and running around pointing out your shortcomings, not do I?
Oh, sorry, sir. Okay, so the way this is
Alright,
going to work,
yeah.
you have 3 actions. You can perform your trick multiple times in a round, but it's sort of like using an attack multiple times in a round. The DC will be higher each time you do it. So you have certain actions, such as actions. You do send in the clowns. You can ready co-star. You can also sort of, if you want, just roll a non trick sort of related proficiency of yours to sort of work the crowd up before you actually roll your your trick. Something like that. I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want your act. 3 actions. First action. Action.
Well, welcome to the circus, everybody. I'm Finn. I'll be shooting somebody today, so who would like to volunteer?
Ask for a volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Give me just straight up a performance roll. Okay. So yeah, an old man from the crowd comes out and he's like, I'll take on your fancy shooting arms, Mr. Skeleton Man. And he walks out into the center of the ring. What are you gonna be shooting?
Funny you should ask that. I take the cigar out of my mouth, I put it in his, and I fire.
Oh God, I can't tell if this is unhygienic or not. Not like you have any fluids that could transfer to me. So okay, give me yours is, you name it.
Shooting.
Trick shooting, yes. So to get a bonus on this, you can expend a resource of yours, an alchemical item, maybe a certain amount of bullets to sort of give yourself a bonus on this check if you.
Okay.
Oh, and Panda just put a okay, yeah, a
Panda.
copper ticket. So that's a +1 if you want to use it on this.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Go ahead and
Right.
give me. We'll call your trick. Give me like an attack roll with your. Are you going to use an alchemical item?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead. And give yourself a +2 circumstance.
Okay, there goes.
It's all about the greater good.
The greater good.
How can this be for the greater good?
The greater good.
Oh my Lanta. So that is a critical success.
Nice.
So the way this works is as you perform tricks, you're building up anticipation and excitement. You had to build up enough excitement to meet your anticipation, which your current anticipation is 15. With that, just gave you altogether a 4. So,
Okay.
and remember, you still have 6 more tricks after that, so a 4 is actually pretty good. So you shoot this. You describe your trick to us.
So I give him the cigar, put it in.
Thank you for the bits,
put it
Panda.
in.
Sorry.
Well, I just stick it in his mouth. I don't even fucking ask for it. And then take a step back, fire the gun. I'll shoot like less than an inch away from his lips.
There's
Blow the cigar out of his.
there's the crow, and the entire circus is quiet for a second after, sort of earth-shaking cacophony. Everyone gasps. Camera pans over to show the cigar cartoonishly exploded outward and sort of banana peeled along his face. He's got a little bit of powder on his face, but otherwise completely unscathed.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you. Looks like Panda bought a copper ticket for Blue for her act. Thank you so much, Panda, for coming out tonight. Sorry, go ahead
Yes,
for your
Panda.
third action.
Oh, okay. So let's do that co-star thing. I want to set up. Who's coming after me, Mazula or?
Let me pull up the sheet here.
Liza next. Good night, Panda.
night,
Yes. Liza is. So yeah, you sort of you shoot the how How do you introduce Eliza?
Ah,
You can either
snake
do
lady, right?
like a
Mhm.
you can do something verbal, or you
Mr.
can sort of
Tickles.
do a trick or something.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to keep the warm welcome up for Eliza, our snake charmer.
Yeah, so you sort of bow out, and then Eliza slides up with Mr. Tickles wrapped around her, still looking a little lethargic. She sort of introduces herself. She goes, "Hello, my name is Eliza, and this is Mr. Tickles." And she holds up the limps. Uh, now even more droopy looking. Um, and she says, "Today we're gonna, show you some tricks." She goes through her usual tricks, things like, making them roll around like a wheel, sort of pretending to like wrap her up, but just giving her a little peck on the cheek. Got to put the subtractors on that. That is a fail. The snake just is not interested, and she's starting to get a little flustered. About this time, I want everyone who's backstage currently to roll me a perception check.
Shit.
So Mazula, you're watching your friend sort of bomb at this point, and thinking, oh, maybe there was something wrong. Ooh. When you hear one of the crowd's people talking to another one, she's like, "I bet you 3 silver that that Snake dies on her. I bet you 12 silver that she starts crying." And they start taking all these bets on how badly she's gonna do. All these sort of rude bets, basically betting on like the poorness of her performance. And they're sort of causing a stir, and you get the feeling that if they continue this, then it could be bad for the show in general. So how do you wish to react to this?
Well, I was gonna try and go ahead and do that co-star thing and just kind of slide in there and like, okay.
Okay, so you just want to like, move in and try to assist her for the act. Do you want to like bring attention to these guys? Although I suppose Mallisk and Finn also noticed. Wigglewort, yeah, 15 is fine. You guys, the rest of you guys
I
noticed
can
this.
kind of like look at the guys and be like, come on, help me out here. I'll distract the crowd.
Okay. Give me just a basic performance, real quick, and that'll be the first action of you. Okay, so that's good. That's not terrible. Not super great, but you slide in there and sort of start your act. But before, we're gonna switch to the guys here. Guys, how do you wish to handle this?
What's our options again?
So you've got these guys out in the crowd. They're sort of taking bets amongst the crowd of how badly Eliza. And now you can see as Mazula walks up, they start adding a whole new line of bets. I bet, I bet the Fetchling, chokes. I bet she loses her top. Things just like gross stuff like that, and like it's causing a stir amongst the crowd and distracting from the performance. So how do you wish to handle?
Oh, I got to get on some of that action. How long are you gonna live with a hole in your head?
Hey, so you're just gonna walk up and directly confront them? Anybody else
I'm gonna
coming with
go
him?
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
will.
to.
Okay.
Lawyer's gonna get in on this.
The lawyer's leaving. That's not good.
Okay, so
With the
yeah, so as Eliza sort of sees Mazula coming up, she's like, "And now welcome the beautiful Shadows Answer and my personal friend, Melzula." As Mazula sort of slides up, you guys sort of rush around the outside of the tent here, and up to the stands with these guys. And Finn walks up to him and pulls his piece. Give me an intimidation, Finn. Or did you pull your piece? I can't.
No, I pulled it out.
Okay.
Alright.
Give me an intimidation. So the guy just sort of looks you up and down, but the rest of the crowd sort of, you feel like you may have freaked out the rest of the crowd a little bit, just sort of with your immediate aggression. But these guys, they're sort of these big, rough looking guys. And they're like, "Get out of here with your bone bags." Malice, Wigglewort?
My good friends, this is a charitable event. There won't be any betting here. If you would like to take your bets, please take them elsewhere.
Okay,
If you have problems with that.
Else, we'd be happy to take your money.
I feel like you could either do a persuasion or intimidation there, or that secret. So yeah, you sort of, threaten them with your, your legalistic ways, and maybe flash your fangs a little bit, sort of in a subconscious manner, and they look you down, and you're like, okay, well, look, we're sorry, we'll calm down, okay?
That had better happen immediately. You wouldn't want there to be legal action taken against you. You might find more than just your betting money confiscated.
Oh, let me kneecap one of these feckers.
Let me at him.
Okay, so now you're just like going back and forth with them, but they seem to have sort of accepted you. You can tell they were a little bit tipsy, and they didn't sort of maybe woke them up a little bit to the consequences of. We're sorry, we'll calm down. And then we slide back to Eliza and Mazula on center stage as sort of Eliza steps back and shakes her head and takes Mr. Tickles back. Mazula, you've used the first of your action to co-star your way in. How want to?
See, I was definitely gonna like introduce myself a little more and like kind of in like not introduce, but like kind of intro into my spells that I'm gonna be doing or whatever, my act. So weird. So I guess performance.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a performance.
Don't forget you got that.
It is blind.
Yeah, you also have a bonus from Panda, +1 bonus if you want to use your copper ticket.
Yeah, let's use it right now.
Okay, so that is a critical
rough
success.
Nice.
Hell yeah! Yeah!
Thank you so much, Panda, for the bits. We do
Thank you,
appreciate
Panda.
that. Here, so that wasn't your actual trick. That was just you sort of introducing yourself and sort of giving a little bit of background to your trick. Your trick involves a bit of magic. So if you choose to expend like a spell slot, you can give yourself a +1 bonus, plus the critical sort of introduction you got would be another +2 if you would like to use. So a total +3 circumstance.
I want to make this fabulous. We gotta save some shit here.
So go ahead and now give me a performance with a +3 bonus.
Gotcha.
So that is just a regular success. That's going to put us up to a plus at 6 now. Third act. 6, and the anticipation was lowered a bit by the actions of Finn in the crowd. So the way payout will work is you are going to add your for a regular success, you add the excitement and anticipation together to determine how much gold you get for this. Which the gold that you get for the performance is more of an esoteric gold. It's not spendable gold for you guys. It's more stuff that you can put back into the circus. A success means that everyone made enough to make enough money to survive or pay their weekly dues or whatever. Along with maybe a little bit of personal gold on top. So
Gotta keep this.
Next up is Mordain. Okay, so you sort of bow out, but now since you didn't use co-star for your last action, we're going to need somebody to Mordain as you sort of back out. Wigglewort, are you gonna go introduce the headliner?
Or her lawyer.
Yeah, this is the escape artist lady, right?
Yeah, the escape artist, illusionist lady, the one who was real snooty.
The one you got hired to make sure she was main act.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed many feats so far. This is the main event. Behold, the mistress of illusion, Mardane. Watch as she performs feats of mystifying escape.
And as you're saying this, somebody is wheeling out what appears to be like a big metal sloshing around inside. And as you're finishing up your speech, her assistant is dragging this out into the middle of it and leaves her bow out. And she's going to make an entrance. Her first action is sort of escaping from this metal casket as her assistant sort of jabs swords into. Okay, and critical success. The assistant jams all these swords in there. And you hear her scream each time he stabs one in there. And then at the end of it, he opens it, and she's not in there. She's out and amongst the crowd. She works her way back down. As she does this, gets ready for her second action. I want you guys to...
Dice roll.
Go, dice roll! Mazula, again, so real quick, also sort of running back the clock here, as she was heading out, you sort of caught her as she's going to take her place amongst the crowd in disguise, and she says, "That was a cute little dance you did. Now watch and see how a real performer puts on a show." And then she immediately walks away before you can get a word out.
Is that a great hair?
She sort of stops. She says, "I have platinum blonde hair, you..."
Platinum blonde, and I'm the ditz. Nice.
And she walks off, in her like cloak. But you, as you start watching her, you notice that the part of the crowd she moves along catches your eye as she moves away from it. They seem to be a little disturbed about something. There seems to be some sort of disturbance sort of over this area of the crowd.
That's
I want to
odd.
walk over and check it out.
Mallisk,
Yeah, I'll go with
give me a perception as you roll up. Finn, are you going with him? Who all's going over there?
Yeah.
I might as well go. I kind of saw it.
Wigglewort?
Yeah.
So that is a success. As you walk up there, Mallisk, you see three bright green snakes sort of slithering in amongst the crowd in several different places. They seem to be disturbed and trying to escape, but everywhere they go, there's a person, and it causes them to freak out, and they're sort of snapping and running and trying to get out of there. How do you react and sort of point this out as you guys walk up?
Catch 'em.
Want to catch them? Okay.
Yes, we must catch them.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody can give me either nature. Yeah, give me somebody nature roll. Try to sort of wrangle these snakes out of here.
That's not me. I got a whip, but yeah, not nature.
You got nature?
Keys. Nature.
So those are some good rolls. Yeah, you guys sort of move in and sort of stealthily and gingerly sort of snatch up the snakes, in a manner that's not going to get you bit. And you have these snakes. What are you going to do with them?
Remove them
Okay.
from the crowd.
We
Okay.
need to put them in some container.
Yeah, you guys can easily find like a barrel or something to put them in.
Stuff them all in a barrel and sit on
I
it.
can tell Liza and see what she knows about them.
Okay.
There you go. I think that's a good idea.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna bop back to Mordane as she sort of sets up her next big illusion with a set of curtains, and her doing like almost like a promiscuous dance behind them, as she sort of changes outfits from this like beautiful blue sequin dress to this sort of like leggy red number. And then she performs a trick where she makes, she performs several small tricks in sort of a row that sort of all chain into each other, changing a rabbit into a hat and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to roll her another performance. Second act. Safe. that is a success. Just so her act goes pretty well. Not quite as good as I think Finn's has done the best so far, but decent. And you guys are now at a 9 for excitement, and your anticipation is 14. Oh no, I'm sorry, you're at a 10 for excitement. And that was the
Nice.
big act. You guys have 3 more acts, and next up is going to be Mallisk with his high-flying rope trick. Wigglewort, do you want to introduce Mallisk?
Yep, here we go.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Mallisk, the master of ropes, the master of air. Watch as he flies.
While he says that, I want so I've got 3 ropes and I've attached hooks to them all so that I can throw the hooks up to the top and attach so that the ropes are dangling to the ground. And then I'm going to do a performance where I'm, swinging, jumping, going between all the ropes, doing flips in the air as I land from one rope to the next, and going all different heights.
So I feel like to start out with, as sort of your introduction for throwing the ropes up there, Phoebe, thank you so much. Mazula got another. Mazula is popular tonight. Another copper ticket for Mazula. Thank you so much for the bits, BB. I really appreciate it. You are wonderful. Everyone, check out BB and Phil. She does great. Anywho, so give me for the throwing them up, give me just like an acrobatics check.
Can I assist with that in any way?
No, unfortunately, not for this roll.
All right.
That is good. Give yourself a +1 bonus to your performance check. As your first action, you throw them up, and then you start your aerial dance, which I imagine I'm picturing as sort of like a ribbon. What do they call it? Like the ribbon gymnastics.
The silks.
Yeah, the silks.
Yeah. All right. Performance roll.
So you sort of you go up there, and then you didn't notice, unfortunately, in your checks you somehow missed it. You were so worried with the nets. One of your ropes was chewed up a little bit as well, and it snaps right as you sort of get to it, and you can use your last action to sort of try to correct it a little. Critical fail.
Yep, I will.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check. Well, actually, no. I think you used the wrong. You used performance for that. Your trick is based on acrobatics.
Oh, dang! Sorry. Okay.
So that was just barely a success.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have your last action. Either attempt to trick again. The rope doesn't snap, but you do notice a few bites, but you manage to sort of work your way around those. You can either do another trick, or you can co-star to introduce. Try to give them.
I'm gonna co-star and bring the next one in. I think that the next one was
Axel.
Axel. That's right.
So that is a success. You guys are at an 11. Earlier, Finn was successful in sort of stealing Axel a little bit. Was worried, he had sort of stage fright. He's never been sort of in a crowd before. But now he's sort of a little bit more mollified. Right? He feels like he's ready to go. And he goes out there and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the world of avian creatures is sort of my realm. I've always had a natural attraction, a natural affection for these creatures." Roll in nature, where he sort of makes multiple birds appear. He's got sort of like he'll make them fly around and perform shapes and stuff like that. Is sort of what he's trying to do. To see how he actually. That is a critical success. He's making these birds fly around in the cloud, make shapes. People are calling out shapes for him to make, and he's making them. Your boy's doing good. But I need everyone to give me one final perception check. Okay. Finn. So this time it's another group of men. You sort of watch them, and it's clear that over the course of like the about 45 minutes the show has been up to this point, they've just getting sloshed and fucking just getting hammered out there. Now they're starting to get a little belligerent and sort of like pushing some people around. And you feel like these guys are like the local town ruffians, sort of out to cause trouble.
I will march right on up to him and I'll put an end to that shite.
Okay. And who's going with him?
I'll go.
Okay.
Yep, same.
So you notice them first, so you get to approach them. How do you approach them? Is they sort of like pushing and shoving back and forth?
Like you want to end up in a body bag, knock your shite off, you motherfuckers.
Roll me an intimidation. Okay, so yeah, you say this to him, and he turns around and he freaks out and goes, "Ah!" and fucking like tries to clock you. And we're going to get this set up real quick. You've initiated combat.
Yeah.
Well, all three of them are. So it's these three big dudes. And so, Finn, I feel like you can use intimidation for initiative if you'd like. So we haven't done initiative yet for this campaign. So our new people here are Wigglewort and Mazula. They've never played Pathfinder 2e. So for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, you can roll, if you can justify it for me in a way that makes sense, you can roll just about any of your skills for initiative. Like if you just want to get the jump on somebody, and maybe you just feel like you saw them first, you can roll perception. If you're trying to sneak into combat, you can roll stealth. If you were initially starting the combat and trying to be diplomatic, you can roll diplomacy. That's how initiative works for here. So as you pull up your character sheets, and you'll see initiative if you click the die and pick but you have to justify it to me. So Finn, you can roll an intimidation to start off with.
Ooh.
Excellent. Okay, Mazula, how would you like to roll initiative?
I picked diplomacy.
So, what are you trying to say to them as this guy turned around and just decked Finn, attempted to deck Finn?
I was like, whoa, you're never gonna be able to hit this guy, and even if you do, what's it really gonna hurt? Come on, he's dead.
I almost feel like that's more intimidation if you want dead.
I can do either. Same one.
Yassi,
Hello there.
welcome in.
General Kenobi.
Okay, and then Wigglewort.
Also intimidation.
Okay, go ahead. And Mallisk.
I am just going to use perception.
Okay.
Since I have no intimidation.
Oh no, you made a perception check. You got to roll initiative.
Oh, sorry. There we go. I hit the wrong thing.
Oh, oops. He's just along for the ride. I gotta unpause. Begin encounter. And I'm gonna zoom in a little bit on the camera here for the audience. So this is just sort of, imagine you guys are up in the stands. Nothing really, like they're nothing really major enough for me to want to worry about difficult terrain or anything like that right now. So you are going first, Finn. I just turned around and attempted to deck you, but you sort of stepped out of the way, just barely stepped out of the way.
Well, I guess we shouldn't try and kill these guys, so I'll swing back.
You're gonna do like an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a hit. 5 damage. That's some pretty massive damage to this guy. You sort of break his nose and he steps back a little bit, like, oh, me nose. So that was your first action. Second action?
Oh, I will go for intimidation again. Knock your shite off. I told you that already.
Okay, give me an intimidation roll. Okay. You intimidated the fuck out of him. He is now. So he's now. You sort of made him off guard, and then your third action.
Well, I'll stay on guard.
Okay.
Like duck out of the way. I'll
Okay.
refrain from taking.
You want to move away, or are you gonna stay there?
I'll step to the side and let.
Another thing to note as Finn ends his turn, combat is made up of 3 actions per round. Every character has 3 actions. There are very few ways to further act. But another thing about it is most things don't have attack of opportunities. Unless you are specifically stated somewhere that you have an attack of opportunity, you cannot opportunely attack. Knowing that, we move on to this Boobala. He's actually going to take a step back. You sort of rocked his. He's going to take a step back here. Mazula, he's sort of looking like he's reconsidering his life right now. These other 2 guys still look like they're ready to go.
I guess I could. Yeah, I'm gonna try intimidation again.
On which guy?
Like, come on, guys. We
What?
are just trying to put on a good show here. You should just go ahead and just, like, leave. Seriously, leave. Otherwise, I'm gonna get my whip out. It's gonna be bad.
Okay, so which guy? I need you to pick a specific target to intimidate.
Yeah, that guy. The one Yeah.
He is now off guard as well. Oh wait, no, hold on. I need you to roll for that.
Give it to her.
No, roll it.
Roll it.
Okay, that's
Roll
a
it.
Hey, she did get a.
critical success.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of rethought his he sort of rethought his position.
Darn right.
Roll that bean
So
footage.
you still have 2 actions. Anything else you want to do, or you just want to pass?
Give it a pass.
Okay. Or you can ready an action. You can use 2 of your actions to ready another action, attack or something.
Like, if they move again, I'm gonna whip the shit out of their hands.
Okay. So
like,
if
just
one
like-
of them moves to attack, then you're going to try to whip them. What's the
Mhm.
range on your whip?
Oh.
To have a range?
Checking.
Um,
I don't see.
it has reach, so yeah, it has. You have 10 feet of. So basically, if this guy takes 1 step forward, you can.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
next is the guy that you intimidated, and you rolled a critical success on that. So he has decided he doesn't want none of this. But this guy here is still like "Pff, whatever. He's going to take a step towards the guy who just broke his friend's face. You can take an attack action if.
Yep. Say, don't even think about it if I succeed.
Okay. Roll to hit. That is. You don't have to roll. Most attack rolls you won't have to roll.
Okay.
I like the audience to be. That is.
Don't forget you have that.
Oh, you were targeting the wrong guy, but that is a hit.
Nice. But yeah, I do. Thank you for reminding me that I have that.
Go ahead and roll your
Success.
damage.
I got him.
Yep.
Roll the damage. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
I still wasn't targeting the right guy.
Fine. So you hit him and sort of slash him across the cheek, but it's not enough to sort of deter him. Enough damage to
Oh my
make him think
goodness.
twice. So he's going to take his second action throw a fist at Finn here. Oh. That is a 14. A hit.
Nope.
Okay. He's going to try it again. It's 3, but he's going to try again. That is a 20.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
That is 4 non-lethal damage. Now injured. And now it is going. He just walks up and like throws one punch, and you sort of sidesteps that, but then he hits you with the hook, and sort of rocks you a little bit. Wigglewort. These two guys up here have determined that they are done. This guy up here is still wanting to throw hands.
I will draw my sword from its sheath and say, unless you would like to die in addition to paying reparations, I would suggest you go home now.
All right, an intimidation roll.
Ooh.
He,
Nice lawyer speak.
yeah, he
that's lawyer math, right?
he he had his fist cocked, ready to throw another one. He looks back at his buddies and sees they also are not having this. And he's like, whatever, and steps back. Combat has ended. These guys are done with their bullshit. Are you guys going to follow through and make them, tell them to leave?
Oh, absolutely. I marched them to the door.
Okay, they will go willingly. This guy here holding his his nose, trying to get it back into place after getting rocked by Finn, and this guy here nursing a whip wound to his face.
Right.
I would also like to use my... Where's it at? No cause for alarm.
Okay.
To like soothe the crowd.
Yeah, give me that. That sounds delicious. Just give me a diplomacy check. We'll see how it shakes out.
Man, I want to use this send in the clowns.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
That is
Okay.
a failure, not a critical failure, but a failure. So that just means that's nothing negative. You just means they sort of, they're a little disturbed by it, by the actions that happen, but not so much that they're run. They do take the anticipation down. Unless somebody
To
else
try
has...
to get the attention away from this area, I want to hit send in the clowns.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Wait.
does it let me do it?
Yeah, just go ahead and click it. Yeah. So yeah, you sort of pull out. You reach out into the void and pull in the object, the clown whistle, and you run. It's like a slide whistle to send in the clowns as Mordain is
Okay, for
finishing
this
up her act. Give me a D100 roll.
Oh no.
Oh no, percentile.
Sure thing.
We got this.
Hell yeah.
We have no idea. We've never played this before. This could be great.
As they
Just as long as... Oh, just as long as they don't turn into killer clowns.
as they sort of materialize from the shadow and cartwheel their way down into the center ring to sort of get attention. You hear, "We stopped checking under the bed for the monsters when we realized they were inside of us." I need you to give me a wisdom save. What is it here? Will save.
Everybody.
No, it's just Mallisk. Oh no, you are frightened.
Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared of clowns.
Damn it, I just used the thing.
Do the thing again.
So you are frightened now as these clowns roll by.
My teeth are chattering. My ears are twitching.
It was not Mordain. It was Axel. He's finishing up his roll. I don't know why. He's got one more performance. That all took place within the span of like a few seconds. as he's wrapping up his performance. And
Oh my god, when is it
that's
gonna be done?
another success. You guys are now at 12 excitement and 13 anticipation. So you only need one more to match, and that will be a critical.
We got a dozen.
And there is one final act, who are the Flamboni sisters. And as they move out, they sort of, they move out, and immediately as they're coming out, they're tossing flaming batons between each other. They walk out, every once in a while they'll do a cartwheel or a flip or something like that. But they never keep the string of clubs moving back and forth, marks in the sky. Okay, and their first one is a success. And as they wrap up for their second one, they catch in between them. They each catch three clubs, and then they set themselves alight, causing a big stir in the crowd.
I put my hands over my eyes. I can't watch.
Like, you gotta watch it.
Oh, that is a failure. So they get a little hurt, and the crowd wigs out a little bit.
Yeah.
They did not like that, but they managed to recover just enough to where it's not going to be detriment. It's just going to be null points. So you guys have matched your excitement with your anticipation, which is a critical success for them. Congratulations, despite
Awesome.
all the issues you guys somehow, and to meet the admittedly low expectations of this crowd, at the end of them, you guys all go out and take a group bow, and the crowd is just uproarious.
I think we did it, guys. I think we pulled it off.
Congratulations.
I'm afraid of crowds.
Oh crap.
Yeah, a clown is looking at you from behind the stand.
Stop looking at me.
Tonight, you and then sort of fades back into the shadows.
Where'd it go?
Oh, that would make you terrified of clowns.
So that was the first big performance of the Circus of Wayward Wonders. It went amazing. I will have to double check the gold for this off the top of my head, and as wrapping up now. Does anybody? I want everyone. Now you have a little bit of time. As everyone is wrapping up, does anyone want to try to check more on Myron? It's been about an hour. The whole show took about an hour. Body's been sitting.
Oh, that's gonna smell nice.
Yeah, even though I'm afraid, I'll go look.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So this is going to take either a nature roll or a medicine roll.
Oh, never mind. I'm kind of useless in that category.
I can do a medicine.
All right.
So we still have a silver ticket on the line, if you spend that. +2 bonus.
Sure, how do I do it?
Just tell me that you want to use it and gone.
Yeah, let's use it.
Thank you, Panda, for the silver ticket. Everyone go check out Birdsteel Panda. She's amazing.
BB.
As you sort of look him over, and you finally see sort of check under the hem of his pants, pull him up a little bit, and you see 2 little prong marks, around, like, swollen around them, and you pretty easily deduce with the have on hand. It looks like he was bitten by a snake, and then died of a.
Have to be snakes.
And you still have the snakes in a barrel.
Snakes in the barrel.
Yeah. Take those to Eliza and see if she can identify.
Yeah, she'll roll a lore snake. . 17. So yeah, she opens the lid and looks at them and she goes, those are pythons, those are Mwangi pythons. They are not native to this area at all. They are tropical snakes. Somebody's been taking care of these snakes to keep them alive. They are very, very venomous. Picking them up with your hands is a stupid thing nobody should ever do.
Oh.
There's me in.
Is this what happened to Myron?
No.
We're afraid so.
Yeah, somebody definitely brought these. They're not my snakes. I don't keep these. And with what you guys have learned, with the Eliza also says, "Oh, I figured out what was wrong with Mr. Tickles. He had goblin pox. It's in order for that to be zoonotic, it has to be specifically injected. Basically, he has to directly infect another creature other than like humanoid in order to infect him. Luckily, he'll be fine. I just need a few days of rest, but somebody deliberately made my snake stick." And Mallisk, you started thinking about the chewed ropes.
And the net. Something suspicious is going on.
Something suspicious is going on. It almost seems like there were several acts of sabotage. One of them including the death of your Myron the Great. You guys probably have enough time to maybe do a post-show action. You can check on something in this area, maybe talk to an NPC. What do you guys want to do?
I think I'm gonna talk to the professor about maybe contacting somebody and figuring out what we're gonna do with the body.
He will, of course, need to be buried. This town doesn't have any law authority, apparently. So the sheriff left a few. You have any options there, of course. Likely the best thing would be to cremate him. I start a funeral pyre tonight, of course. Report this to in the general area. Deal with the situation ourselves, as it were. I hope you and your compatriots will look into this for me. I am much too old and much too useless.
All right.
A good
Sounds
bedtime
like
story. I'm there for my days of adventuring.
Yes, of course.
I understand perfectly. But surely you'll stick around. We could use your expertise.
Of course, my life is the circus. So, anybody else want to talk to anybody or check on anything before we call it for the night?
What else Eliza is?
Well,
Had any
I
idea
would
where
You ask Eliza what?
about snakes? If she might know of anybody around here who would collect them? Or...
none of us are from around here. I don't really know anybody. We've only been. You guys know you pulled up about 2 weeks ago, to set up shop, and basically had no luck getting any kind of promotion until a few days before now. Myron struck a deal with the mayor. So you guys have met a few people, but nobody really know them well enough. I haven't really met anybody. I know there's apparently maybe some druids in a nearby pilgrimage, but it is a little ways off, and I don't see what they would have, what problem they would have with the circus. I don't know enough about it. It's just what I heard. You guys might also want to check out Myron's cart here in a minute. Also, we got to remember to check on the bear.
I can go check on the bear.
Okay. We'll save that for next time because that's gonna be a whole nother thing that we don't really have time for. But if there's anything immediately want to do as the crowd is leaving the tent, anything to check on? in specifically in this on this map.
He is.
I
Is
would
there
like.
anything else backstage sabotaged other than the ropes, the net? Is there anything else back here that could be
Yeah,
possibly?
now that you know what you're looking for, take a look around. Give me a perception check.
All right.
I'm gonna be watching the crowd, just looking for anybody.
Yeah, you give me a perception check
Vicious.
too. Yeah, no, you unfortunately you're still a little shaken up by the clown and finding the murder wound. You're just not able to figure anything out. Finn,
I'm too scared to look anywhere.
Finn, unfortunately, you don't really notice anything strange in the crowd either. And I
Check
will
on
go
Elise and her snake.
check on what?
Elise and her snake, Mr. Tickles.
Oh yeah, like she said it was goblin pox. She figured out what it
So
was,
it
which
is
was
getting better. I heard the goblin
yeah,
pox. I was like,
yeah.
is it gonna get better?
She knows the snake will be fine. She
Okay.
wasn't ready for a performance.
I apologize for making you go out there. I'm so sorry.
And listen, it's an honest mistake. We pulled through in the end. No great show goes off without a hitch. The family goes. We'll get there.
I think it was
And
good.
you
You
and
did a great job.
what's with you and Mordain? What she seemed like was giving you looks tonight.
Always has a problem with me. I don't know what her issue is. It's not like she's not the queen of the circus, basically. Everybody just bows to her will anyway. I'm just sitting here trying to make sure this runs smoothly.
Wigglewort, I think you said you wanted to do something, but what were you saying earlier?
Yeah, I want to spend a couple of minutes and we how many different clues have we?
So you found
established so
the
far?
nets, the chewed up nets and ropes. You found the sick snake, the snake, the moiderus. That's all you've really found so far, and of course the bite marks on
And the crowd. Yeah.
the crowd. There were some issues with the crowd, but that just sort of seems like down on their luck, ruffian.
Yeah, that was typical for the locale we were in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to spend a couple of minutes and set the chewed up ropes and the snakes as my leads for my investigation.
Okay, what does that do for you? I mean, I'm still wrapping my head around investigator. It's such a weird class coming from a 5e perspective.
I know I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it too. Whenever I pursue a lead, I can spend a minute examining the details of one potential clue, designating the subject related to that clue as the target of my active investigation. This is typically a single creature, item, or small location.
Okay, so you're basically going to get a bonus every time you roll to try to figure something out about this.
Yeah, whenever I attempt a perception or skill check to investigate a designated subject, I get a circumstance bonus.
Okay, we'll go ahead and use that circumstance bonus right now and roll me a perception.
Yeah.
You have to roll something for the lead thing.
That's just something I can do. It's just a circumstance bonus to the roll.
Bam! Boom! That is a critical success. So you're sort of looking over all these, and with overhearing what Eliza said earlier about the druids that work in a hermitage nearby, with the snakes and the rats and the sick snake. You figure whoever did this definitely had some ability to control animals and stuff. And a druid would definitely fit that bill, but you're having trouble figuring out exactly what the issue with this is, unless somebody just doesn't want this town to feel good about themselves. You guys, maybe you feel like somebody, just sort of get the impression that somebody did this to try to make the show terrible, so that you guys couldn't make the townspeople, have at least one day of enjoyment out of their shitty lives. But that's just sort of a burgeoning theory.
Okay.
Are the underside of the bleachers accessible?
Yeah, you guys can sort of walk back there. I will say you guys have sort of checked that area out a little bit. So if you want,
Okay.
but if you want to try another perception check, the is going to be a little higher. So because a few times.
I know we checked over on this one.
Well, I just sort of included that in the whole sort of.
Oh, okay. Okay. We've already done that then.
Okay. So as you're sort of as you're sort of putting this together, you turn around and you maybe do you tell the rest of your crew about the sort of Sherlockian deduction you just did, Wigglewort?
Yes, definitely want to share that with the at least the ones who found the body.
Yeah, which would be you and the rest of the party. So you turn to them, and as you're sort of looking over this stuff, and they know that you're good with like clues and stuff like that, so they sort of were waiting for you to take a chance to look at this. And as you're sort of like Sherlocking all this information together, you sort of turn to them and say, "Definitely, nature seems to have it out for the crowd for this town." And that's when we pull out from the circus tent, and on a hill overlooking a small hill, slightly wooded with trees, a figure appears in the shadows, glares down at you guys, having just put on a successful show despite all of its work. As the credits roll on this session of Guildhouse at the Mallisk.